The heartbeat of a nation is often reflected in its ability to connect people, ideas, and opportunities. Imagine a journey where sprawling cities, vibrant cultures, and economic hubs are linked by a sleek, cutting-edge rail system that can whisk you across a country in mere hours. This is the bold vision Vietnam is preparing to turn into reality. At a time when global attention often shifts to infrastructure projects that redefine mobility and modernity, Vietnam's upcoming high-speed rail project stands as a testament to ambition and transformation. Beyond the promise of faster travel, it carries the weight of uniting a diverse nation, reducing regional disparities, and forging a pathway towards sustainable development. But can this dream become a reality? Will the staggering investment and technical challenges pay off, or will the venture serve as a cautionary tale of overreach? Let's find out as we dive into Vietnam's ambitious $67 billion railway of the future. Don't forget to click on that subscribe button and like this video, as it's the best way to support this channel. Vietnam is at a critical juncture in its economic and infrastructural development. Its rapid urbanization, burgeoning middle class, and increasing international trade have put immense pressure on existing transportation systems. The current rail and road networks, while extensive, are outdated and overburdened, leading to inefficiencies that impede economic growth and regional connectivity. The new high-speed rail project aims to transform the country's transportation landscape by significantly reducing travel time between the two most important economic hubs, Hanoi in the north and Ho Chi Minh City in the south. Currently, the journey by conventional rail takes over 30 hours, while flights are subject to delays and airport congestion. By introducing high-speed trains, the new system promises to significantly reduce travel time, making it a game-changer for both passenger travel and freight transport. The concept of a north-to-south high-speed railway in Vietnam is not new. Discussions on the project began over 2 decades ago, but in 2010, the Vietnamese National Assembly rejected the proposal to build a high-speed rail system, which was estimated to cost $56 billion at the time, citing doubts over its financial sustainability and the risk of alienating the majority of the population who would be unable to afford high fares. Despite such setbacks, the growing demand for modern infrastructure and the success of high-speed rail in other Southeast Asian nations, including Laos and Indonesia, eventually reignited Vietnam's interest in the project. Finally, the National Assembly approved the project on November 30, 2024. This approval reflects a growing recognition of its potential to address pressing economic and logistical challenges. The high-speed rail also draws inspiration from similar projects worldwide, particularly in countries like China and Japan, where high-speed trains have revolutionized transportation and spurred economic growth. Vietnam's new railway will span approximately 1,541 kilometers, traversing 20 provinces and cities between Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City. It will feature 23 passenger stations and 5 freight stations, enhancing both passenger travel and cargo transport across the nation. The railway will be designed for trains with state-of-the-art technology, prioritizing safety, energy efficiency, and comfort. Designed for trains operating at speeds up to 350 kilometers per hour, the journey between the two cities is expected to be reduced from the current 30 hours to about 5 hours. The project emphasizes sustainability, with plans to integrate renewable energy sources and environmentally friendly materials wherever possible. Additionally, the stations are expected to act as hubs for economic activity, spurring urban development and creating new business opportunities. The construction of the new high-speed railway is scheduled to commence in 2027, and the railway is expected to be operational by 2035. Vietnam plans to prioritize domestic funding sources for this project. However, the government remains open to considering foreign loans, provided they are affordable and come without restrictive conditions. Construction and operation of the high-speed rail are expected to stimulate Vietnam's economy in multiple ways. The project will create millions of jobs, both directly in construction and indirectly in related industries, such as manufacturing, logistics, and tourism. Furthermore, Local businesses along the rail route will benefit from increased accessibility, enhancing regional economic integration. By improving the efficiency of freight transport, the railway will lower logistics costs, making Vietnamese goods more competitive in international markets. It will also attract foreign direct investment by showcasing the country's commitment to modern infrastructure, which is a critical factor for investors. Historically, large-scale transportation projects have had a transformative impact on real estate. The areas surrounding stations are likely to experience significant appreciation in value, leading to the growth of new urban centers and residential areas. Socially, the mega project will offer improved quality of life, encouraging people to travel for work, education, and leisure, enhancing connectivity between urban and rural areas. Meanwhile, Vietnam's economic development has been uneven, with the northern and southern regions often overshadowing the central provinces. By creating a seamless connection between these regions, the railway will help distribute economic opportunities more evenly, reducing regional disparities. In addition, high-speed rail is significantly more environmentally friendly than road or air travel. It produces lower greenhouse gas emissions and reduces dependency on fossil fuels. By shifting a substantial portion of passenger and freight transport to the railway, Vietnam can make significant strides toward achieving its climate goals. Despite its promise, the project faces several challenges that could hinder its successful implementation. At $67 billion, the project represents a significant financial commitment equivalent to roughly 20% of Vietnam's GDP. Critics argue that such a massive investment could strain public finances, especially if the project fails to meet its revenue targets. Next, the railway's construction will require the relocation of approximately 120,000 residents and the removal of forests and agricultural land, raising concerns about its social and environmental costs. Balancing infrastructure development with the preservation of local communities and ecosystems will be a critical challenge. At the same time, building a high-speed rail network involves complex engineering and technology. Vietnam will need to rely on foreign expertise and equipment, which could increase costs and complicate project execution. Furthermore, the railway will face competition from airlines and road networks. To attract passengers and freight operators, it will need to offer competitive pricing and superior service. Vietnam's high-speed rail project is not just a domestic initiative. It also has broader implications for Southeast Asia and beyond. Vietnam's railway plans align with efforts to enhance regional connectivity in Southeast Asia. The project complements the Trans-Asia Railway Network, a United Nations-backed initiative aimed at creating a seamless rail system across Asia. Vietnam is also exploring enhanced rail connectivity with China. Plans include a 427 kilometers long railway linking Hanoi with China's Yunnan province, estimated to cost $7.2 billion, with construction expected to begin in 2030. These initiatives could boost trade and tourism between the two nations while fostering economic integration in the region. And by developing its railway network, Vietnam is asserting its role as a key player in Southeast Asia, capable of attracting investment and influencing regional development strategies. Large infrastructure projects often have geopolitical dimensions. With the Vietnamese government's approval of the project, rivalry between Japan and China for involvement in the project is expected to intensify. Southeast Asia has long been a battleground for influence between China and Japan, particularly in the high-speed railway sector, where both countries have been vying for market share. China has already made significant investments in rail infrastructure across the region. Chinese experts are optimistic about their potential involvement in the Vietnam high-speed rail project, citing China's expertise in building railways at competitive costs. On the other hand, Japan is also vying for involvement in Vietnam's high-speed rail ambitions. Japan has been Vietnam's largest donor of official development assistance, contributing approximately $17 billion from 1992 to 2021. This accounts for about 30% of the total international aid to the country. Vietnam has also previously sought Japan's assistance in constructing the north to south high-speed railway, and Japan has shown a strong willingness to support the project. That said, it is yet to be determined whether Vietnam will choose Japan or China. The decision will have major implications for Vietnam's infrastructure development and wider geopolitical strategy in the region. While the challenges are significant, the potential benefits of the high-speed rail project far outweigh the risks. To ensure the project's success, Vietnam must adopt a strategic approach. This includes securing sustainable financing, leveraging foreign expertise while building domestic capabilities, and prioritizing social and environmental sustainability. Transparency and stakeholder engagement will also be critical in addressing public concerns and maintaining support for the project. While challenges abound, careful planning and execution can ensure that this ambitious endeavor becomes a cornerstone of Vietnam's development story, propelling the country into a new era of prosperity and progress. What are your thoughts on this mega project? Leave a reply in the comments section. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.